All right, so welcome back. What I'm doing today, back out with shop again. What I'm going to do though today is, a few things I think. I'm going to start by taking down my paint booth now that I got that little trailer painted. I don't think I'll be painting anything for a little while. It takes up so much space. I got to make some room. Going to tidy up, move some stuff around. Got to change the oil in a couple vehicles, and I also got to, on my wife's old SUV, I got to change the. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but it's either the power steering pump or the or a line. So got to fix that because it's leaking power steering fluid, and that's not good. So have to get that fixed up. But I'm gonna, yeah, like I said, so that's what I'll be doing today. And then I checked the weather. We are supposed to get some nice weather here still for a bit. So I'll probably take that little truck and trailer for a little test drive there, see how it goes. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how the weather holds out. See how that works. So. But anyways, let's get started. Okay, so I got this booth taken down. I just thought I'd grab the camera and show you here. So I set the booth up mostly just to, like I said, it's homemade, whatever, but I set it up to keep this place relatively tidy, and I'll just show you here. I'll flip this thing around and I'll show you what it kind of does. It works, right? Okay, you can kind of see there I started to sweep up now that it's out, but over here you can see the definite line where the booth was. So it just contains all that paint dust and stuff. And when I paint a lot, like a couple things that I've done where I painted quite a bit, I usually stick a hose with have an old sucker type. It's like an old furnace fan, but that kind of sucks it outside. I run the pipe out the door and stuff. So hey, that just gives you an idea what that thing does for me. It just keeps the dust, keeps this place a little tidier. So I got my booth taken down, got it tidied up a bit. In an effort to make some more room, what I've decided to do is, so this old motorcycle here on this, my motorcycle stand I built there. So anyways, and then, yeah, so I bought this bike a long time ago, had it for years and years. It's a Yamaha XS 650. So then I decided what I was going to do was bob that bike, still working on it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to take that bike and I'm going to go ahead and put it up onto this wall mount stand that I built. I'll show you how that works. It's actually pretty slick. I think that bike will look tough up there. So I got to get this bike up out of the way so I got lots of room to put my store stuff, get stuff out of the way for the winter so I can work on these other projects. So. All right, well, that didn't work like I planned at all. Ended up having to kind of muscle it down, but I didn't crash, I didn't wreck everything, so we're okay. So yeah, so I'm wanting to work on this bike here sometime soon, but like I said, I got too many projects on the go right now, but it'll be a cool bike. So it's like I said, it's a XS 650, and what I did was, it was kind of an old beat up bike when I got it. got it real cheap, but and then I kind of went ahead and started to bob it. So that's where I'm at with it. I'm a long ways from being done, but it's just another project. Okay, well there we go. There's my there's my bike storage system I built there. So should be okay. It'll give me, I can get this stand out of the way, and it'll give me underneath my mez a little more space to store stuff and make a little more room for working on these projects. So all right, so welcome back. So what I'm doing today, I just got home from work, so I'm gonna work on this for a little bit. For my little trailer there, I never did build a little license plate bracket yet. So this little chunk iron here is the same profile as that material I used for that trailer. So what I'm gonna do basically is build some brackets on the side of that I can bolt to the trailer is the idea. And I did a couple measurements, and I did determine that I want the plate, I have an old plate here. I did want the plate to be the top to be about 8 inches, which would put it just under the light and the license plate light. And then I did want it 9.5 inches to the outer edge, which would put it underneath that light. So anyways, so that's what I'm up to. So I'll go ahead and start building my bracket. I'll show you what I'm going to do, why I want this for the profile, because I'm going to try to make it, well, I want to make it fit this nice. Then I can just drill and tap my little frame there and go ahead and bolt it on. So we'll go ahead and get started here. Okay, so I got my little brackets made. I'm going to clamp them to this, and then I'm going to just contour them to the edge. That's the idea anyways. Okay, I'll show you what I'm after. So basically that's it. Basically I'm after just the contour of the edge of the thing. So turned out nice. I'll buff them up. I'll make them look a little better, but that's the idea. What I went ahead and did was I made a little backing plate for the license plate, and I'll show that to you later. I got it in there with this old plate that I had. So now I got to go ahead and get some round rod to make the little struts. I have it squared up to the plate, this being my frame. And anyways, like I said, I'll go ahead and make some struts for it to mock it up there. So I'll just buff this in, and then I'll go ahead and cut one to size. Okay, that one worked just fine. I think I'll go ahead and tack that one in Okay, so here it is. So like I said, I was going to show you later, but I built the backing plate for the license plate, and I drilled some holes in it for, you know, fast, lightweight, right? So anyways, that's what I did, and I drilled the holes in it so I can bolt it to the frame of that little trailer. So I think right now I got it cleaned up the best I can. I think I'm happy with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and hang it and get a little clear coat on it to match the rest, like I said, and then I'll go ahead and get it bolted on. Okay, so here we are. I got my license plate bracket done. I'll show you it now. I got it bolted on. So you can take a look at that. Basically, I just bolted it onto the drilled and tapped. I did clear coat it, so it should stay nice, just like hopefully like the trailer does. But I will pull this out and move it into my other bay there to make room for these other projects. So I thought I maybe should talk about this is my little Suzuki Titan 500. So this little bike I actually bought off a fella named Alex. He used to own an antique store called Curiosity Inc. And I actually bought a couple old signs and then some other little antiques from him just to help decorate my garage. But he was always real fair to me with the pricing and stuff. And I think back then he was just opening his store and stuff too, and it was pretty new. But anyways, so I was able to buy this bike off him, and he did tell me the story of when he got it. And the story goes that the original owner of it had it, and his neighbor kept bugging him, wanted to buy this little bike off of him, and they had put the original drag bars and the little drag pipes and stuff, but the cafe bars and stuff. But anyways, so the neighbor kept bugging him to buy this motorcycle, kept bugging him, and anyway, so finally the fella sold it to his neighbor, and then his neighbor. The story goes his neighbor was taking it and getting the registration and stuff, and then sometime in that journey he came across a motorcycle accident, apparently a real bad one where maybe the fella had died or something. So anyways, it kind of turned the fella off of motorcycles. So then this little bike sat in his garage, and it did come with the original plate, and it was last registered in 1986. So it actually sat in this fella's garage since 1986, and then Alex acquired it and sold it to me. So it's an original old Survivor motorcycle. This is exactly. I mean, it was covered in dust and stuff, and it got some new wheels and stuff because they were cracked and whatnot. But this is pretty much how that bike sat since 1986. So it was like I said, it was a real nice find. And like I said, Alex was real fair with the price and stuff. And I've always rode motorcycles ever since I got my license, ever since I was a kid. So I always feel I'll always own some sort of a motorcycle. I really enjoy them. Rode them my whole life, motorcycles and dirt bikes. So always have a soft spot. Always wanted a little 2-stroke street bike. Anyways, I think it'll look cool rolling around on my little trailer. That's the story of my little Suzuki Titan. Okay, so here we are. I did, so what did I say I was going to do? I was going to try and get my booth put away. I did that. I got the far bay there cleaned out. I got my old Yamaha put up on the wall. Hopefully I can get to work on that one day soon too. I did acquire over the last few years a couple little parts and stuff for it to kind of make a nice little bobber chopper out of it. So I'll go ahead and do that some point. But in the meantime, I have my little truck and trailer and that other motorcycle moved over there out of the way, making room for these other projects. This old Ford, so this old baby didn't want to fire right away, but I just poured a little gas down the carb, fired right up, and then it worked. So I got it moved in here, and the reason being I got this old Pontiac. It's a 1940 Pontiac. I'm going to do some work on it for a friend of mine actually. Rat rod, hot rod cruiser car. So So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get it on my lift, and I'm going to start working on this car. That's going to be the next project, in amongst others, because this is going to take a little while to do. So the plan is to, work on it off and on. I do like to do that. It keeps me interested and it keeps me motivated to keep doing stuff. So what I'm gonna try to do is over the winter here is I'm gonna work on this car quite a bit. I'm gonna work on this old cab over quite a bit. And hopefully by next summer, we'll be driving some of these things a little bit. But anyways, a little bit about this car. It is a 1940 Pontiac. It's a cool little car. It's got suicide doors and stuff, and it's actually in pretty good shape as far as, rust and stuff. It's not terrible. It does have a little bit. It has on the front fenders, front clip area, it's got a few little repairs and stuff, which are actually old school repairs. So they're actually kind of neat. I don't have the front end in here now, but I'll get that in here and we'll take a look at it. But it's a Pontiac, like I said. A buddy of mine did a little research because it does have this badge on here, which says Stan Reynolds, Wetaskiwin. So what we have here is in Wetaskiwin, it's the Stan Reynolds Automotive Museum. And it's actually a very well done, very nice museum. I've been there a couple times. I enjoy going there now and then. But anyways, this is not from the museum. Buddy of mine did some research, and what it is Stan, when he got out of the war, he started a dealership, and that's most likely what this is from. So this car was probably sold at Stan Reynolds' car dealership in Wetaskiwin. So that's, either way, that's still kind of neat. They put the little emblem there, and it survived all these years. But I'm really going to try my hardest to replace this without major surgery. I'm going to kind of try and straighten it out, fix it up. Don't want to do a bunch of body work. I want to keep it kind of original looking. Maybe the way they would have repaired it back in the day, because I want to keep the patina. I want to clean it up and just kind of keep it the way it is. So that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. And we'll make a hopefully a nice little hot rod out of this car. Thanks for watching. And if you liked it, please like and subscribe. Check out my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And again, thanks for watching.